Man, here we go. St. George's Books. Rare books. So, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, is the first in a series of games. So, 3 games, a trilogy. Gabriel Knight series was created by the gaming company Sierra, or Sierra Online at the time. They went through a couple different names. But this game is basically like the other point-and-click adventure games that I've played on the stream, in the sense that it's from Sierra, which is where most of mine have come from. I think I played a couple Lucas Arts ones, but mostly I've played Sierra. So hopefully the game audio won't be too loud or whatever. We'll kind of figure that out. It's kind of the case with some of these older DOSBox games. But I've never played this game before. I really don't know much as far as what to expect, because all I know of the game is that I've seen like screenshots of it for the last 20 plus years when I'm playing the other games, when I'm looking up other like famous Sierra games. So Gabriel Knight has just kind of always been in the background of a game that I knew I would play, or a game series. Along with, like, and this is kind of like a scary thriller, mystery, like all that kind of thing, I guess. Maybe not even scary, but like suspense and intrigue, mystery. Anyways, you know, like Shivers, I think, is another one. Phantasmagoria, I think, is another one, another game or series. I don't know which. I think there's Shiver, and then Shivers plural is like the movie Alien, and then the second movie in Aliens is not called Alien 2, it's Aliens plural. But either way, this is what we've got here. Looks like my camera's actually off a little bit, so let me see if I can fix my camera up here real quick, which I thought I had done, but apparently I goofed up. So let's configure my video, and then I think really all we probably need to do is just pan it over just a touch. Yeah, there we go. That'll be fine. We just needed a little bit more pan. I'm okay with the microphone being in the way, you know, being in the stream. It's not really a big deal. But when, like, my printer back here was in the stream, it was like, no. So yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, the first time we've actually experienced fear from watching a computer game, Computer Gaming World, a supernatural psycho thriller. Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. And you can see up top here, because you can see my Steam library, you can see what the graphics are going to be like. It's going to be heavily pixelated, but we are going to be able to tell, like, this is a cop over here. Yep, you can see my mouse. You can see caution tape. You can see a tree. You can see water, probably a beach, you know. We got a road over here, a cop, a detective, cop car, ambulance, and, you know, probably the coroner, the EMT, I guess. So the graphics are interesting, but I think we'll be okay. So let's watch the intro. I've never played this game, so it's gonna be fun. Okay, so apparently that's like a cool little FMV that they put at the beginning of the game there. Definitely like some mythological, you know, and historical figures and, like, you know, myths, legends, folklore stuff going on here. You know, I would say this game was probably made in like 1995. Oh, whoops. They re-released it. Okay, it's actually 1993, so I was a couple years off. But yeah, 1993, so the graphics in this are definitely ahead of its time. It looks like in the stream the graphics are a little bit more stretched than they are on my screen. But that's probably just because I'm outputting a different resolution than what I have, on the screen here. So I'll actually probably get some black boxes, like more black boxes than you guys will get in the game. And yeah, it does look just slightly stretched, but I don't think that'll really matter. I'm hoping not. Maybe just the main character will look like he has like an extra 15 pounds on him. Who knows? But yeah, it looks like they did do a remake. It was released for Windows, Mac, iPad, and Android in 2014. So potentially we even play the remake after this. We'll see what happens. But this is all kind of intro. You can read here that they have all these like actors as characters. So that was, excuse me. If you think about how even now we don't have voice acting in all games. So this game right here is 27 years old, and it had voice actors. In fact, it has Tim Curry and Mark Hamill as voice actors. So it's pretty wild. I'm glad I didn't click through that, because apparently we still have like some intro going on here. So day 1, I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. So a little bit of poetry there. Maybe some foreshadowing. Okay, so we have a paper. We have a woman that goes into this rare bookstore. That must have been the woman there.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm. I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
It's the beginning of a game.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Like, in my opinion, the voice acting is already phenomenal. Like, I just don't know that, people give a shit anymore. Like, this is intense. If you think about how much time they had to put into creating these backgrounds and, to write a story for a book, for a video game, excuse me, for a TV show, for a movie. Sure, that's all. I'm not saying it's easy, but I mean, that's all one thing. And I I can't really imagine that it's, you know, insanely different. You know, you kind of figure out like what kind of a story you want to tell, and, you know, what you want the you know, setting to be, and who you want the characters in your story to be, things like that. And then you know, you can kind of figure out, well, how long do we need this story to be to match our medium, and how in depth do we need it to be. A TV show that spans for 10 years is going to be able to have a lot more character development, probably in, you know, in that time span, than just a movie that lasts 2 hours, right? But, you know, then on top of that, you don't really get to interact with a book. You know, everybody experiences the book, or excuse me, everyone gets the exact same experience. I want to use the word experience as like a noun and a verb here, but the point I'm trying to get is everyone's given the exact same thing, and they read it, you know, word by word, and they watch a movie and they see frame by frame, they see everything the same, but then no, they have like maybe a different takeaway from it or something. Well, in a video game, like, yes, certain games hold your hand more. Certain games are more linear. You know, an older game like this is going to be pretty damn linear. If I want to recount something that happens in this game to somebody else that's played it, they're probably going to remember, oh yeah, that happened to me, because, you know, it is going to force you through like these gates, like, you know, this has to happen in order for the next thing to happen. But I can spend more time in this room right here exploring, you know, the environment than the next guy. So it's almost like choose your own adventure in that sense, right? Like the books, if you want to take the left path, go to page 24. If you want to take the right path, go to page 57. Whatever. But I want to find out so this is Grace Nakamura, and I wanted to look her up because I wanted to find out who voiced her. And then apparently there are novels as well. So I would like to buy the Gabriel Knight novels, I think. I'm going to put that on my buy Gabriel Knight novels. I really need to start reading more. I can't believe I don't. I have time. But let's see. Oh, they're out of print. Huh. And Jane Jensen was the writer of the novels, but okay, but let's go back to Grace Nakamura. So let's say Grace Nakamura voice. Let's see who the voice. Oh, it's Leah Remini. Leah Remini fucking is the voice actor here. That makes sense, you know? Like, they got actual actors. And Tim Curry to do Gabriel Knight. That is so awesome. So now let's go look at Full Throttle. Because Full Throttle is a video game that there was some voice acting as well. And the voice actors were awesome. But I want to see who the female was here on Maureen. Okay, so we're going to go Full Throttle. Maureen voice actor. And it was, oh wow, and Mark Hamill was in that game too. Mark Hamill has done a lot of voice acting. Okay, so Maureen Corley. It was done by Kath Soucie. Oh. Dexter's mother in Dexter's Laboratory, Grace and Bruno the Kid, Janine Melnitz in The Real Ghostbusters, Linka from Captain Planet and the Planeteers, Miriam Pataki, Jimmy Neutron, Hey Arnold. Yeah, I think... Oh, and she's actually Phil and Lil in the Rugrats. That's pretty cool. But yeah, either way, I guess I was kind of thinking that this character Maureen from the video game Full Throttle is another point-and-click adventure game done by LucasArts, was sounding to me like this character, Grace Nakamura, voiced by Leah Remini. That's so cool to me. But either way, let's get playing here. So, okay, we can look. Usually if you right-click in these point-and-click adventure games, you can walk, and then usually, okay, you can touch, then you can, like, open a door. You can look.
The front door leads to Bourbon Street. The front door leads to Bourbon Street. The front door leads to Bourbon Street. Grace's coat is a simple but classy trench coat. Dramatic, isn't it? Dramatic, isn't it?
Wait.
Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather.
So that's pretty cool. They have a voice actor. This is the first time that I think I've maybe Space Quest 4. So maybe starting in Space Quest 4, it was like, I wouldn't do that. You start clicking on stuff.
Gabriel plans to turn the balcony into a schmaltzy cafe. If he ever gets the cash. Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing. St. George Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character. The chandelier is original. Gabriel finds it charming. All right. He can't afford to replace it. Cute gargoyle, eh? Blessed caffeine. Today's newspaper is on the counter. The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel. The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease. The book rack contains cookbooks, true crime, and puzzle books. An inspired combination. 3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky, offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
The books on the desk all need repair work. Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs. The old desk is one Gabriel's picked up near a dumpster. Not too shabby, eh? Well, okay, maybe it is. Grace likes the little banker's lamp. She has the soul of an accountant.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
So Gabriel's a little bit of a
Grace keeps her art supplies here.
womanizer maybe, huh?
St. George Books could use some serious renovation. The curtain doesn't provide much privacy, but Gabriel's rarely in his bedroom during shop hours anyway. That doesn't work that way.
Not sure what the gears are.
Why move that?
You can move something.
There's no one in that part of the shop to talk to.
Oh, you can talk to someone.
There's no one in that part of the shop.
Okay, you can move.
That doesn't seem to be removable. There is nothing to open or close there.
Ah. Okay. Oh, wow. So also at the top of the screen, you'll have this menu. You can't really see it because my bars are in the way, but there's this big, huge lion's head here that's pretty cool. And then you've got these icons here that they light up as you go over them, and you can kind of see... I wonder what that does. Okay, this is where we can save.
Gabriel is carrying nothing.
Okay. Usually we can go here. Oh, use an item on the screen. It has an obvious function. Chair, whatever. Click the operate icon and click the operate cursor on an item. So this might be like... This is like going to be pretty involved. Like this gives you a lot more options than I'm used to. That icon is currently disabled. So at some point something's going to happen here. Inventory, recorder. Playback any conversations Gabriel's had in the interrogation mode. Oh. Well, that's pretty interesting. So the details all the way up. Can only be set to text if the text button is on. Oh, text and voice. Okay, which I like. No. We don't want to restart. That's going to be restore and save. Quit, play. Oh, restart. Okay. And then that just tells you more about Sierra. Hide the icon. Icon up. Oh, okay. I see. So let's talk to her.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh, this is what I've seen. Yeah. So ask about voodoo.
Can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
So it looks like they change colors to like this darker blue.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Okay,
Tell me
herself.
about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
Oh, okay. So once you ask one of the red questions, apparently it goes into a deeper form of question, or deeper line of questioning. How come we haven't gone out yet? Oh, God.
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
So we already asked about all these things. We asked about herself. Let's check
You have
messages.
for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Carson,
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
What was that noise?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Gabriel wouldn't dare touch Grace's oil babe. Grace keeps her up.
Oh.
There is not...
Operate the ladder?
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Hell, just trying to refresh my memory.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.
It's so crazy, like, how different things were 27 years ago. This guy's a horn dog, and it's cringy. So should we interact with this magnifying glass?
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem. I'm gonna take the tweeze.
Good.
Just trying to make you feel...
Okay, so that's good.
If Gabriel took that down, the customers have to look at his messy studio.
Okay, so he lives in the back. Let's get the door. Let's go look in his bedroom. Ah! Okay. Well, we definitely have stuff to look
It's
at.
Gabriel's bathroom.
Okay. Oh, whoops.
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products, including some hair gel. The bathroom.
I'll take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Okay.
The typewriter.
Hello.
Wait, what?
Lanny's Pizza. May I take your order?
Wrong number, I guess.
Jeez.
Okay, so there's a 4-digit number, a 7-digit number. So I don't have to worry about area codes in this game. Okay, I want to look some more.
Mardi Gras mementos left by some female or other. Mardi Gras mementos.
Okay.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. A little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. Bills from last Christmas gather dust on the door. Gabriel's bedroom is also his office, studio, and library. Jeans and tea. Gabriel's robe hangs on the wall. It's a bit hot for it in June, though. The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks. It's Gabriel's bed, unmade as usual.
Okay.
A small trunk serves as a table for the radio.
We need to turn the radio on.
The Creole Grand Dames will hold their annual Gardenia Festival, and these is coming Tuesday at the Sons of Burgundy Hall. Admission is free.
I'm assuming that we're going to be attending that at some point.
At Giant Discount Bookstore, we discount every title 50%. When you see our selection and prices, you will never want to shop with those little guys again.
Kind of sucks. Should we write?
Writer's block.
Should we, like...
I knew two things.
Do you have men problems? Someone put a hex on you? Call Sister Cross.
Oh.
Love and Lord Jesus Christ, she can fix what they
Sister Cross, what's her phone number? We'll probably run into another reference to her here in a little bit, I'm assuming. I don't know, we'll see. So I don't know if we have like any hints or clues or anything to go off of. I mean, the hair gel. Yeah, let's do a touch up.
My hair looks perfect the way it is at the moment.
Okay, so we've asked her all these questions. Do we need coffee? Do you need coffee?
The cop talk to them.
Let's give them some coffee. I'm not really seeing anything else to interact with though here, huh? He already got some coffee, didn't he? I don't know.
Good coffee.
Can you take the coffee with you?
Gabriel cannot take.
Okay. He cannot. So should we go ahead and just get our coat and go outside?
It's a bit warm in here. Gabriel decides to wait until
Oh, the paper. We need to look at the paper. That's...
Times Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
So I wonder if we got some points for that. There you go. That's 6 of 342.
Gabriel cannot take that.
Let's just leave, I guess.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Have fun.
What the hell? Oh, we do need to go see Grandma and go through our dad's stuff. So, but we're in the French Quarter right now. Napoleon House? Ooh. I'm getting a little cold. I wonder... Oh, I can just run the heater a little bit. I was gonna say, I wonder if I should go. I just saw him talking about putting a robe on. It's like, should I go put my robe on? All right. So let's all right, let's look around. God, there's so many icons.
Fancy old little bottles contribute to the general decor. A chandelier casts a dim glow over the room. It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos. A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
Kinda cute.
A young man is deep into conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain. A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard. A sharp-eyed gentleman in a gray sports coat hunches over a chessboard, chuckling to himself.
So those guys are playing chess.
An unhappy-looking man explores the dangers of drinking alone. Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody round here.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb. But it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. And they're not fighting. They're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say, enough already.
Sounds like my life.
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here the lights fail. Buzz up.
Right. Sorry. What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bud.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Okay.
So, having a good game?
I'm concentrating.
Fine. Alright. Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
Yeah, well, this isn't a good game. This is torture.
Oh well. Have fun. Hi, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Hello there. She was listening raptly, I'm sure.
Let's ask her.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my son?
On second thought, I don't think you can help. Can I ask you some questions?
I'm trying to be with my lady here, Pat.
Far be it from me to stand in the way of romance. Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This isn't a game. It's a slaughter.
It's right, you know, so let me die in peace, would you?
Sorry to bother you. Could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking for us. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Oh, man.
Heck, I would.
Okay, so we also have Jackson Square Overlook. Okay, not gonna be maybe a whole lot to do here.
4 pairs of binoculars are rigorously mounted on the cement floor. These binoculars aren't...
Oh, damn it. Okay, we have a girl, we have a guy. Can we use the other one and does it show us something different? Oh, there's our guy again. It's a mime. Oh, there's the girl that we saw walking around earlier. There's the guy we saw walking around earlier. Now the icon changed. Okay. It's kind of interesting, I suppose. Can we walk this direction? No. Can we walk that direction? Okay, so that's about all that happens there. Jackson Square Overlook. Oh, and now we can go to Jackson Square.
The other park visitors...
Okay, well, we saw musicians there, musicians there.
The other the band...
Okay, well, that saves us some time. It looks like we don't have to actually talk to everybody. We could maybe talk to the mime.
on my dad! Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Leave me alone, you man. That's supposed to be a bad thing. Oh, maybe here we could talk to somebody. Oh, he talked to the drummer?
The drummer is busy.
Is this lady busy?
That's a rather rude tackle.
Well, good enough, I suppose. You know, maybe later on in the game there'll be some things we can do here, but I'm not really seeing a whole lot right now. Okay, so that was the Jackson Square, so now we'll go to St. Louis Cathedral. Definitely doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on here. But we could look around a little bit.
The chancel of St. Louis Cathedral consists of a raised dais, an altar, 2 pedestals, and a choir area. At least the cherubs are an aesthetic way of asking for donations.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. So you can roll right from one to the other or whatever. Can we look in the trash can? Give a hoot, don't pollute, baby.
A bronze statue of Andrew.
Can't do that in 2020. You'll offend somebody. Okay, so we've checked out all those places. Now we have the museum, we have the bookstore, and we have the store. The voodoo store.
Hi. Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
The window overlooks Charter Street. A street drummer has settled outside the museum.
So we're definitely seeing the drummers kind of everywhere.
She looks thrilled to be here.
He's got more hair than Mosley.
I don't think we know who Mosley is yet.
The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as a poster advertising a voodoo tour of the city, winters only. A very large, very formidable looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage. An official voodoo wish and stomp. Rub it and make a wish, a card says.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
God!
Could I ask you if you...
Fuck.
I wouldn't be much help. You should talk to Dr. John, the owner. He'll be back tomorrow.
I see. Thank you. So, how's the museum business?
I don't know. I don't normally work here.
Gabriel can't do it.
Alright, well
So is
let's go ahead and get it out of here. Can't really cancel it either. Look at that. Clicky, clicky, clicky.
So
Oh!
long.
Oh, he turned around just to say whatever. Just to say his goodbyes.
Hi.
Gabriel doesn't.
Hi there. Is this your store?
This is a Dixieland drugstore, and I own it, me. Name's Walker, Willie Walker.
So, Willie Walker?
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Ask what you want, I'll answer what I want.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Cabri's son.
What did you say?
Nothing. Those killings have nothing to do with my shop.
Cabri Sancor is a phrase used by Willie Walker in Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, although Willie immediately denies ever saying it. It translates from French as goat without horns. It is used as a term for human sacrifice. Cabrit sans corps, literally goat without horns, is the Soragnian fear that a Loa will demand a human sacrifice. Huh. Oh, look at this. Now what's he gonna say when I ask him about Cabri sans corps?
I've lived there all my life, me.
What did you mean when you said Cabri sans corps?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
Well, that's interesting. I don't think there's really...
The sign say, Special Saint-Jean E. Lagnappe, free bottle of lover come back to me oil, or master gambling oil, with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
The sign say, Special Saint...
Lagniappe.
It's nearly a... In this case are super concentrated fixing oils and packages of pins. A variety of cloth dolls are arranged above the shelves, each impaled with a single silver pin. The glass jars contain a number of things Gabriel can't identify.
And wouldn't want to.
It's a mannequin wearing a crocodile mask. The poster reads, "Power will be yours when you use Papa Legba's power drawing incense and master power oil. Buy something today."
I mean, I don't really see that we have any money or anything.
The voodoo shop really looks ready to defend that.
We ask, talk, we can move him?
The voodoo shop.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and peace out, I guess. Okay, so we've basically explored everything, so that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go to Grandma Knight's house. So, girl, what's up? What's up?
I'm so glad you stopped by.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
I'm gonna grab a drink because I'm a little thirsty. Got me a little margarita there. Woohoo! All right. All right. Let's talk to Grandma.
Granny might get worried if Gabriel started rambling to thin air.
How you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Okay.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Doesn't compliment have an I in it? Wow, wait. Yeah, that's the wrong compliment. Gotcha.
What can you tell me about
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
Sounds just like my grandma.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern. Of course, though, not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers. They didn't hurt us, but I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
St. John's Eve, Tuesday, June 23rd. Starting at sunset on the 23rd of June is the eve of celebration before the feast day of St. John the Baptist. Eve of St. John's Day, which celebrates the nativity of St. John the Baptist. The feast coincides with the June solstice, also referred to as midsummer. It also marks the longest day of the year and is therefore followed by the shortest night. And it is, without a doubt, a night of celebration and happiness. Huh. Pretty cool. St. John's Eve, Cabri-Saint-Croix. Cabri-Saint-Croix.
Something without something, I think. My French is so rusty. I swear my mind is gone.
It's okay, thanks. Tell me about yourself.
Me? Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, then. What do you want to hear?
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden? I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about the fall you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend Alma, and at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fire and brimstone annex, and a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for man, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. It was then I knew that he was me.
That's all it takes? Standards, huh?
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
All right, dear.
So that's everything. Wait, hold on.
Tell me.
What more?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, there
Tell
we
me
go.
about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were two peas in a pod.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will. You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
Well, should we?
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Okay, so we have a chest. Some Christmas lights, antlers.
The old velvet
Curtains.
hung in the parlor before Grand lightened up the place.
Oh, I better put some more drink in my drink here. All right, we got more drink. So, we're up in the attic. We need to look through Dad's things. We're gonna find something, right?
The old trunk looked like it's gone to hell and back.
I put a fuck ton of salt on here.
That box of knickknacks has been up there for at least 5 years. It's one of Grandma's old parlor tables. It's an old metal tub full of dust and cobwebs. It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Grand's Virginia Woolf period.
The trunk doesn't operate.
looks pretty.
Gabriel doesn't want to take...
There's nothing I want in there. I think I'll take Daddy's sketchbook with me. It look. I think.
So all he wanted was Granddaddy's sketchbook, I guess, huh? Alright.
That's it. Take a load off, huh?
Should we look at the sketchbook?
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
I believe that was your father's, Gabriel. You keep it.
Okay, so can we...
Gabriel isn't the artist his father was. He can sketch specific things, but isn't inspired to just draw for the fun of it. Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious. Images, images hard. The image. Gabriel can see.
All right, Grandma, I'm outie.
Granny's knitting. Fresh carnation.
I'm outie 5,000, bud.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
Okay. So now they want us to go to the cemetery. So I think yeah, I don't know. Shit. Um, this is way too funny. Whatever. All right. So now we're seeing some things here.
New Orleans is famous for its above-ground tombs. The high water table prevents bodies from being interred underground. The name Ross is inscribed on this old tomb. Vases seem to be a favorite decoration for the dead. Near the Laveau tomb is a piece of red brick, undoubtedly a cast-off from spiritual graffiti writers. The marks are reddish in color and reminds Gabriel of crosses. They look like they've been here a few days at least. Gabriel can't... Gabriel... Using that on you. This is the tomb of Marie Laveau, voodoo queen of New Orleans. Odd-looking marks adorn the Laveau tomb wall.
She comes up in culture quite a bit, I think.
A stone angel stands silently before a tomb. This old tomb is in a sorry state of disrepair.
There's probably no one left in the family to maintain it.
It's an imposing marble tomb from the last century. Gabriel can barely make out the name. Hamilton. New Orleans is fake. Gabriel doesn't see here and there in the tomb is the tomb there's not the Gabriel.
These would seriously clash with my decorating. These would...
Oh, you can walk behind there.
This tomb almost looks like a little house.
But I wouldn't want to live there.
Wasn't I supposed to be visiting my mom? Mom's tomb?
An angel with a cross stands guard.
Oh, the family tomb.
Food, trinkets, and more unsettling things have been left at Marie Laveau's tomb as offerings from believers. Food, trinkets, and more.
All right. Well.
No.
Gabriel doesn't.
No. No.
Okay.
The marble.
So we can't do hardly anything with that. All right. So I.
Those two are that I.
So like 3 little snakes, a circly, 3 circlies, a demon, a tiger, 3 more snakes, a circly, and a lion.
Images hot. The images cut.
So I'm slightly confused here because I don't exactly see where we should go. Oh, there we go.
An old man tends the cemetery with movements akin to a slow drawl.
You know what? I was probably supposed to see him do that earlier, and so that's why I didn't know to walk over here.
Excuse me, sir.
What you need, boy?
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
can you tell me about voodoo?
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Ain't it just awful, them finding those bodies with voodoo things around them? I don't think there's any real voodoo. Somebody's trying to cover their tracks, is all.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Seems like everybody want to visit New Orleans at least once in their lives. And they love the cemetery too. I see tourists in here every day of the year.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
Why, St. John the Baptist is the patron saint of voodoo. Sometimes we get some weird goings on in that cemetery on that night. More often a few nights before. People taking grave dirt, bones, and more.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yep. Don't know what to do with them. Can't be pretty.
Do you have any idea what Caprice Saint-Car means?
No, can't say that I do.
Nobody knows.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Toussaint Gervais. I'm the watchman here at St. Louis.
Excuse me.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I keep the place tidy, but a big part of my job, too, is looking out for the grievers, you know. People come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so grief-bound they don't know what they doing.
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery, #1.
You know why the dead are buried in tombs and not in the ground, don't you? The water table's too high. Them coffins would float right out of their graves. Them dead would go floating right down into the water. Cause if it were Mardi Gras, nobody'd even notice.
Well, that's kind of gross.
Vases seem there's the old man is a A stone angel leans down to gaze at something unseen. Most of the plaster has fallen away over the years to reveal walls of red brick. This tomb is smaller than most others in the cemetery.
Kind of a pup tent for the dead.
Two heavy, solid marble. There's a The plate is locked in position.
I'm guessing that we're going to get in there later on.
An angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large. 2. 2 . 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2
Wait.
This old tomb has a sword carved into the stone below the name of the deceased. To the east, there is only the back.
Wonder where else we can go here. Okay, well, you need a key to get in there. I mean...
That doesn't...
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine this would work either.
That do
You could, like, look in these vases.
enormous vases flanked by
Vases.
the Getty tomb.
Getty. We don't know who Getty is yet. I wonder if we can also walk west. So this was the initial... you know, screen. So I don't think we learned shit here, did we?
New Orleans is famous for its above-ground tombs. The high water take, the name Rock.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole. She was beautiful and... Since you're so interested in family history these days...
Tell me about my father.
Your... Phillips.
Tell me about yourself.
Right.
Oh, Rebecca.
Tapes exit. Okay, so right family
New
tomb.
Orleans is the name.
Okay, this is the Laveau.
This is the tomb of... This...
There's
Oh, right is the next screen over. Right? La, 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 la. Okay, so here's the tomb.
The marker reads, Mera Planta Right.
These are Grand's folks. I never knew.
The marker reads, Harley Wright.
Grand's sister. She died young.
The marker reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy.
The marker reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother.
The marker reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy.
The marker reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Grand's folks. I never knew.
So, should we like...
Using that.
Okay.
You...
Can you operate any of these? Can you move any of these? Can you touch any of these?
Gabriel.
Can you like use his book on anything? Okay, so we came here and we saw the cemetery, or we saw the tomb. Like,
The statue of a small child clings to a cross atop the Wright tomb. The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here.
Well, I'm a little stuck there.
Grotesquerie tops one section of the cemetery fence.
Hmm. Okay, so this is like the first time that we're stuck. Great. First hour of the game. So we don't use the magnifying glass. I don't think we could use the tweezers on anything. We see... Can we talk to it?
Hey, Daddy. Miss you, Mom. How's it going, Granddaddy? Gran talks a lot about you, Harley. Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson. Hi.
Much as when they were alive, the right elbow gave no response.
Should we talk to him?
It's rather...
Okay, so we can't talk to him. We can't operate. We can't move. We can't. Oh, there's nothing to open. Securely shut.
Gabriel.
What if we just have him?
Gabriel, isn't the artist his father?
Okay, so he's not gonna draw anything.
My hat.
Okay, well so using the chunk of red brick doesn't do shit. I mean, nothing really happened, huh? So maybe now should we ask Homeboy about it?
Could I have him? Mind if I pick? Tell me.
It's a historical place. People bear.
Tell me about.
That's about all.
Okay.
I want a copy of these strange marks.
Okay, well that's good at least. So I wonder, is that all we needed here? I guess we could have her like research the strange marks maybe?
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Do you know anything?
No.
Okay, so can we have her research something now?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
Okay.
We could ask for messages, I guess.
Do you have message?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery to pay for American authors.
Do you have more?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humphrey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
Okay, so now we can probably go to the cop shop.
Gabriel, can
Let's see if the cop shop opens up.
Good luck.
And then we'll probably just kill the stream there. Cop shop opens up. So let's go to the police department, and then I'm probably just going to save it and kill the stream. But, really happy that I'm playing this game. First time at PD. Yeah, I'm really happy I'm playing this game. Really wanted to play it for a very long time. It's always weird when you have like an anticipation of something and then you go and actually experience it because it's going to be a little bit different. So it's definitely different. You know, I never really saw screenshots of the game. I did see like the interrogation mode when you ask somebody something. You can go in and like click on like all like the different hot topics and have them like and the keywords and stuff and have them, you know, talk about that. I have seen a screenshot or two. It's just like in my memory that I've seen that. But in all the places that we visited, you know, from the graveyard to the bar, the voodoo shop, the museum, all that stuff, none of it, the police station, none of it looked, not even the bookstore looked familiar. So it is definitely like 99% unknown to me, this game. And I'm really excited to be playing it and checking it out. I think it's like just... I think I was 5 years old when I got my first computer, when the family got the computer. And I was just on that thing all the time. You know, it really clicked with me more so than my parents, I think. And when I was 5, it would have been 89. So that would have been a Windows 3.1 machine, you know. So this computer or this game right here wouldn't even have been out at that time because it was 93. I think I looked up and saw this game came out. So, you know, when I was 5, we got our first computer. I had a few like basic games on there, but then every once in a while, I'm pretty sure my dad would get some other games from his best friend who built the computer for us. So he would get these games, and I don't know how the guy got a hold of them or whatever, but I imagine some of it's pirated or was pirated, I mean, but I'm pretty sure I paid a few bucks for this, $5 or $10 for Gabriel Knight, and I think I have, now that I've saved it, we can actually pop out of the game anyways. I think I have 1, 2, I do have 1, 2, and 3. So now the sins of the fathers, excuse me, is the first game. But Gabriel Knight 2, The Beast Within, is, now that I think about it, might actually be the game that like I'm thinking of in my head when I remember seeing things as a kid. Like you can actually see all these screenshots on this on the monitor here where it's a lot of live action stuff that they put into the game. And so I think that's really cool. And then they had Gabriel Knight 3, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned. And it's kind of interesting because if you look, there's nothing. Nothing. Now, Sins of the Fathers at least had this. But Gabriel Knight 3, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned has nothing in here. So it would be pretty interesting to see what happens when we get to that third game right there. I'm actually just gonna uninstall this thing. I'm like super thankful that I got to try it, but I definitely learned that I do not like tactical RPGs. In fact, I probably should even look up Final Fantasy Tactics, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't like that either. We're just gonna make sure we keep it muted. But it's like, this is all the start, and like that's all cool. This is all cool. I'm sure the storyline would be awesome. We could maybe watch this first battle here and see kind of what happens. Although that's kind of funny that there's a typo already. Let's see what the battle system is like. With Final Fantasy Tactics here. Move, act, wait, status, and auto battle. So you could probably just like grind through and just auto battle the shit out of some stuff. Now this guy is probably talking and I don't really want to hear him sit here and talk, so let's keep going. So it's telling story here. It's got all this story. I don't know. And then there's a battle. But so far, in looking at it, okay, like that's cool that you can like spin the camera, because you couldn't do that in Fell Seal. But like, look at how long this asshole is playing this one battle. Like, I get it. Like, if you like tactical RPG, like, this is your thing. But like, look at this one battle is like 20 minutes long? Okay, so now completes it. Okay, this guy, this YouTube guy, Frozen Foxy, maybe that's a girl, whatever, is going through, changing a bunch of stuff with like their characters and like the jobs and all that stuff. And then now it's loading, and there's storyline, and there's storyline, and there's storyline, and there's more storyline. This is part 6. It's storyline, storyline. You can go from there to there. And then now you're just in a freaking battle again. So no, I am in no way, shape, or form interested in playing tactical RPGs. Like, I just do not like them. I think Shadowrun did it right. Like, if you look at and you do actually, don't I even have look at that guy. Don't I have, nope, not that. We want to go to my YouTube channel. Don't I have some Shadowrun on here? Not this Shadowrun. But didn't I start playing a different Shadowrun on here? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe I didn't play any Shadowrun games on here. But, okay, so if that's the case, then let's play Shadowrun... Kill Switch? Dead Man Switch. Shadowrun Returns, the Dead Man Switch. Okay, yeah, so let's watch this. We've got it on mute. So now this was a tactical RPG. And you go in, but see, like let's see if we can watch them. Like, get done talking. Okay, so see, this is totally tactical RPG right here. Now, maybe with mouse and keyboard, it was like the battles just seemed like they weren't quite as long. But let's see if we can finish up one of these battles here real quick. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, that's right. The very beginning, of course, is going to set up so much crap. Okay, let's see if we can get... I want to get to the part... Okay, finish that battle up. Son of a bitch. So you could do let's play Shadowrun Hong Kong. There you go. So we do this, and let's see if we can get them to where they're actually like walking around and stuff. So we're kind of getting bad luck here. Play it forward. I was really just hoping to get to where I was. Like right here. See, like you're walking around. You're actually walking around. You're exploring. You're talking to people. You're interacting with the environment. You're, picking up items. You're, there's just so much more you can do in a game like this that I felt they did a way better job when it comes to a tactical RPG. As far as with what I'm used to the regular like JRPGs, like Final Fantasy games, and like traditional turn-based RPGs, where the combat is just random, on the overworld map, or in like the individual like zoomed in like city maps or dungeon maps or whatever you want to call it, area map. You're just running around, and if you run around in circles, you get into battles. You get into battles every so many steps. Fine, like that's what I'm used to. I've done that for hours and hours and hours, like hundreds of hours, probably over 1,000 hours of my life I have spent playing like that type of game. And I've never really done tactical RPGs. So then when I played the original Shadowrun on Super Nintendo, and then Winston Mars, who's a guy that plays on the stream with me quite a bit, and he's helped me, and he's like watched me and like commentated on games, especially the Police Quest series. He was pretty much there for all of the Police Quest games. Winston and I, we played Shadowrun on Super Nintendo, but he played Shadowrun on Sega Genesis, and I didn't until the last like year or two, and then I actually streamed it on my YouTube. But those games were just so different to this, I guess, in the sense that this is definitely more of a tactical RPG compared to those. Those games were a little bit more action RPG in their combat, but now this game, it's like, I just think it's so cool how they did the Shadowrun games, and it's such a small studio that made these, and it has like that not AAA feel to it when I played Shadowrun Hong Kong, which I will play all the Shadowruns again on stream because I liked them that much. But the combat is like a tactical turn-based combat where you can only move so many spaces, and you can get behind cover. And there's magic and melee and ranged attacks, and there's item usage, so it's definitely an RPG. There's character development as far as, storylines and story arcs, and then also just building your character up with their skills, their stats, their specs, whatever you want to call that. So this was really kind of my first introduction, I believe, to a tactical RPG. But this still had so many elements of like where you're running around and exploring. You don't have like a world map like Final Fantasy, 6, right? Where you have an overworld map that you can explore with, whether it's a buggy or a canoe or a boat or a chocobo or a, airship, right? Whatever. But, you can kind of fast travel is how this game works, and then you get to run around and interact with people, and you can go to shops and buy stuff, and I really like the idea of being able to run around with my character. So when playing Fell Seal, the whole reason I'm like going on this fucking diatribe here about tactical RPGs is that Fell Seal to me was just, and again, I'm so thankful for Zaphod for giving me a free game. I won, again, I've mentioned before, I won a round of Marbles on Stream on Zaphod's stream. And so he's like, I'll send you a free game, dude. Like, that's the winner. Winner, chicken dinner gets a free Steam game. And I won. There's like 20 people that played, and I won. And so he sent me Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark, I think is the full title. And I gave it a good shot. I put a few hours into it, and it extremely upset me. It made me so mad as to how hard it was initially. The first couple battles were super difficult, I think. Either that or I just got super unlucky because it just was not that intuitive. And most games, like, hold your hand. And I don't really need games to hold my hand, like, nowadays when I've been gaming for almost 30 years. But I probably have been gaming for 30 years now that I think about it, because I had regular Nintendo before I had a PC at 5, and I'm almost 35, so it's probably 30 years of gaming. I don't really need to have like my hand held all that much, but I also need something to be a bit intuitive to where you can just kind of pick it up if it makes sense. If you are going to like stray from the norm and go like in a wild, crazy different direction, then yeah, not necessarily tutorial, but you can hold my hand a little bit, And that Fell Seal game just, it had a really hard like learning curve right at the start. And I started after I grinded out like the first same exact fucking battle like 5 times. I finally started getting somewhere with my, finances with, I think it's probably just gold. I don't know what the currency, like the unit of exchanges or whatever in that game is, but the Shadowrun series did way better, I think, for me personally, than this did, than Fell Seal did. So I'll just be I uninstalled Fell Seal. I'm just going to be done with that thing. So anyways, that's the end of the stream. We got about an hour and a half of good gameplay on Gabriel Night 1. I've wanted to play that series for a very long time, and I've had it now for a few months, if not maybe a year or so. And I just felt like I needed to get streaming. I've been so busy this last week doing other things, and so I really needed to make sure that I had some time set aside. Another pretty interesting thing is Detroit Become Human. I got the demo for, so I'll probably be playing that pretty soon as well. You know, so we'll see kind of how that works here in the near future. But that's going to be the end of the stream, so thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you watching and sticking by. But we're going to go ahead and kill the stream here shortly. Just wanted to check on something. There we go. Yeah. All right, cool. But yeah, that's Gabriel Knight. So basically right now, I think we're in the middle of Borderlands 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I really should start playing again this weekend because I've taken like a week and a half off of that game. And I will play some of that, and then I'm also going to keep on Gabriel Knight, which, you know, these old old Sierra games really don't even give us like 10 hours of gameplay. They were so short. But that's if you play straight through. If you have like a walkthrough, if you already know what you're doing, you can usually rip through these games like in like a few hours. I'll be taking a little bit longer on this one because I'm actually going to try to play this Sierra game blind. I don't know why I feel like doing that, but I have been using walkthroughs for the other games, and I might use a walkthrough if I get stuck, but I'm going to try not to really use a walkthrough. So that way I can actually, you know, I don't want to know what's coming. I want to just really pay attention to the game and experience it. So, excuse me. It's definitely time for bed. Thanks again for watching. Have a good night. We'll catch you guys later.